All right, we are live with episode 23 of WooCommerce Office Hours. WooCommerce Office Hour, I'm Daniel Espinosa, and WooCommerce Office Hours is a show where I answer your questions about the WooCommerce e-commerce system. The show airs every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can submit your questions via Twitter by tweeting with the hashtag WCOH, or you can submit a question via the contact form at growdevelopment.com/contact. A couple other ways to do it, but those are the best ways to submit questions, and I will answer them. So today we have quite a few really good questions lined up. If any questions come in during the show, I'll try and answer them as well. But for today, we are going to roll with what we got. So today's Tuesday, December 8th, and WordPress 4.4 should be dropping anytime soon. So in honor of that, and because I was testing all of my plugins with WordPress 4.4, we're going to be using WordPress 4.4 in our demos, and also the 2016 base theme. So you'll be seeing that in our show now. Just going to update some folks here. And if you hear any background noise, that is probably my neighbor who is having a very vigorous conversation on his phone. Cool. So our first question for today, Tim, I had a good conversation with him about his business. So they sell language courses for English and Spanish, and he's trying to automate as much as he can with the ordering and fulfillment of his site. And so they have a fulfillment house which prints and ships all of the language course materials that they sell. And so he wants to automate the sending of the orders from his website, his WooCommerce site, over to the fulfillment house. And this is sort of what we talked about back in episode 22 about drop shipping. But specifically, he just wanted to submit a CSV order, a CSV file to the company's FTP site. And so I suggested to use the WooCommerce order CSV export plugin by Skyverge, and he wanted to know if the CSV output could be formatted in a way that would meet the requirements of the fulfillment company. And I said yes, and so I showed him some documentation that would help him do that. I'm going to do that live here to show you how to format your CSV output into a certain standard. So let's go ahead and share screen real quick. Okay, so this is a local test site that I'm running, WordPress 4.4 and WooCommerce 2.4, I believe .11, which was released earlier this week with a quick security patch, and actually I think it was for updates for WordPress 4.4. So we've got a test site with some demo products in there, and if I go to the admin area, then I'm going to see the plugins. Okay, so I've got the WooCommerce Customer Order CSV Export plugin by WooThemes and Skyverge installed, which gives me a CSV export option here on my menu. So let me go ahead and click on that. And so I have a couple of orders in here. If I want to export orders, I can do that. I can ask it to export all of the complete processing, and I think that's all I want. The others are the other statuses I'm just going to leave out of the CSV file. And start date, end date will stay the same. Limiting and offsetting records will stay the same. Great. So if I go ahead and if I click export, I'm going to get a CSV file, but I only want some particular fields in that file. I want to change it. So thankfully, Skyverge was kind enough to add into the documentation page a developer-specific documentation which shows how to customize the output of the CSV. So there's two parts to it. There's a header part, and then there's the content part. So there's two filters we're going to be looking at. One is WC Customer Order CSV export headers, and the other one is WC Customer Order export row. So I have let's see here. I've set up a tester plugin here, which is just a very simple very simple plugin, one file plugin, where I've copied over the two functions from this gist that I want to look at and that I want to override. So the first one is to set up the headers. So this is from a previous client project, so I'm going to go ahead and make it a little bit less cumbersome. So if I just want to say export the date, the order number, and then the total. So if I want to change the headers to date, I'm going to remove all this stuff, order number, and the grand total. That's really all I want. So I'm hooking into this filter here, and then executing my function WC CSV export modify column headers. And I'm changing the column headers to I'm ignoring what's sent here, and I'm changing to my new headers, which are just going to be the date, order number, and the total. Great. So now that the headers are set, that'll be the first line of the CSV file. The next part will be to change the actual content. So I'm going to have the filter customer order CSV export order row, and it's going to execute my function WC CSV export modify row data. And this is straight from the documentation, but the modifications are your own. So this is going to loop through each of the orders that it's found, and it's going to set up and it's going to set the data. You can see that I've done some processing here of setting up the order date to a specific format, setting up a bill to name which combines two fields, the billing first name and the billing last name, and then a couple other options there. So here you can actually add in things that you might specifically need for your CSV export. For this quick test, I'm just going to pull those. I'm going to loop through each of the orders, and I'm just going to get what I specified: the order date, order number, and order total. Actually, we'll go ahead and leave the order date in there because we need that. Okay, so we got order date, order number, which is coming from the order data with key order number, and then I just want the total. I'm going to delete all this stuff. And see, did I pull it out? I just want the order total, which is right there. Cool. So now we have order date, order number, order total being set up as the custom data, set up into that's going to be added for each of the items, and then returned as our new order data. And then returned for the filter. So I go ahead and save that. Go back to my admin. I'm going to make sure that I have my plugin turned on. Tester is turned on. I have WP debug turned on in another window. I'm going to see if any stuff is spit out there. Okay, so WooCommerce, if we go back to our export page, which is actually right here, we have a quick check of the order page shows me that we have 5 orders. And I'm going to go ahead and set all of these orders to complete so that they'll meet our filter of either completed or processing. I'm actually going to set these two to processing. So if I edit order 103, change its order status to processing, save order, and do the same thing to order 102. Refresh. We should have 3 completed orders right here and 2 processing. So we should get a CSV file with 5 total orders based on our order statuses of completed and processing. Let's see if that works. So it downloads the export file, which is right here. Okay, so we get 5 rows, 6 total, including the header. The header has been modified to what we expect it to be. Let's switch over to code. We expected order date, order number, order total, and then the corresponding data. And we got order date, order number, and total, and then the data for each one of them. So this filters worked, and then this CSV file can actually be set to FTP over to the fulfillment company right here at a specific time to a specific location, so that all of his orders will then go to the right place and then be fulfilled, printed out, and shipped by the fulfillment company. So that was an example of how to customize the CSV order export from WooCommerce. Thanks, Tim, for your question. We can go ahead and move on to the next one. All right. Next question was from Mark Coolmore, and he asks, this was, I think, from Facebook actually today. How can I create a half-price shipping via a coupon code? So there weren't any more details related to that question, but I sort of wanted to take a second to answer it. And so the question is, what I think he's asking is, how can I knock off half of the cost of the shipping if somebody enters in the coupon code? So there's two problems with this. One is, if you get your shipping quotes from a shipping company like U.S. Postal Service, UPS, or FedEx, then those are going to be dynamic and based on the contents of your cart. So if I have a bunch of products in my cart and FedEx says it's going to be $75.23 to ship this to the destination, there's not a plugin that will actually take that amount and split it in half based on a coupon code. Not that I found anyway. If anybody has one, please let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to review it. So what I wanted to do is actually show, if you, on the other hand, if you're not using a dynamic or calculated shipping cost, you can use, and you're using like flat rate shipping, and all of my products are shipped for maybe $50, and if somebody enters a coupon, I want them to get their shipping for $25. That's the example that I'm going to show today. So let's see. Let's go ahead and switch back to our demo area. Okay, so we're back on our demo site, and the plugin that I'm going to show off is by Jeroen Sormani. It's WooCommerce Advanced Shipping, and it is available at Code King, and I'll put the link in the show notes. So first thing to say is, if I have shipping that is flat rate shipping, and say it's $50 per order, so I'm going to enable shipping here and save my changes. So we're going to say flat rate shipping is $50. But he wants people to be able to enter in a coupon code and get half off of their shipping. So I'm going to go ahead and add a coupon. And we're just going to call it half off. Let's see, we're going to say cart discount. See, this doesn't actually affect the shipping. It allows free shipping, but it doesn't allow anything past that. So we'll say the cart discount's 0, and see if this works based on that. I'm not sure I'll be able to add a 0-based coupon, but we'll try it. Okay, so half off. So if we go back to our shipping settings page, and to create a advanced shipping method. So I'm going to hide, I'm going to leave that off. So go ahead and add an advanced shipping. So what advanced shipping does well is, call it discounted. Advanced shipping does well, and a couple of other plugins from Mirroring has, it has this conditional input where I can set different conditions. When they're true, this outcome will happen. So if the coupon is equal to half off, then I want the discount shipping to be available. And the cost will be $25 or half off of my flat rate shipping. So if we go ahead and publish that, let's go test it out. So visit the site, add a couple of products to my cart. So my cart is currently $73. Flat rate shipping kicked in at $50. That sounds like a terrible deal, but we're going to go ahead and apply our half off coupon and see if we can get, it'd be good if I copied it in there. Discount shipping is now available. So the half off coupon is available. It doesn't actually change the subtotal because we just want the coupon to be used, and then the discount shipping will kick in. So based on that coupon being applied, I then have the option of discount shipping. It's selected. It's a lot, $98 for my total, for my $73 worth of shirts. Is a lot more sane and palatable to my my pocketbook. So I go ahead and proceed to checkout and finish purchasing the order. So that's it. So it really depends on how you're offering shipping. If you're using something else like table rates, something where the shipping is going to change variably, there's just not a plugin that will take that and just chop it in half based on a coupon. This plugin, along with some custom code, might be able to do that, to say, hey, the coupon is applied to the cart, take whatever the calculated shipping total is and cut it in half. I think it'd probably be better just to give customers free shipping based on a certain limit, because everybody likes free and they will probably thank you for it. So cool. So that's the answer for Mark's question. Okay. Let's see. Next question. Next question is, Stein asks, anyone, actually he asked this question and I have no idea how to answer it. So we are going to skip that one because I did not research that one. Maybe I'll put it on next show. Next question was from Sean, and he asked, does anyone know of a way to show all orders manually entered, or to show how to differentiate between orders that were placed on the site and orders that were placed, orders that were created from the website? So WooCommerce gives admins the ability to add an order via the add order pages. So you can view all the orders that were placed on the front end of the site by customers, or if, say, you take an order over the phone or something like that, you can enter it by hand in the admin area, add the line items that they purchased, add the cost and the payment, and then sort of save it there. So he must do quite a few, manual entry orders. If he's asking this, he wants some way to differentiate the two. So let's take a look at, see if there is one by default and if there's a way to do that. So quick screen share. And we are back to our demo site. So I'm going to actually add an order here that is going to feed into the next question. So we have still our 5 orders. And what he's talking about is this add order up here. So all of these orders were placed, these are test orders that were placed via the WooCommerce front end of the WooCommerce site. And if I say I took a phone order and I want to create an order record here to keep track of it. So we'll call this completed, and it was me that purchased it, so I have an order record in there already, and it populates my data from a previous order. And we'll say that I added a hoodie, or a Woo logo hoodie. The shirt only pulls up product ID, or excuse me, the search only pulls up product IDs, which is a little, it's not very helpful. You may not know your products based on product number, but you sort of can guess. So I'm gonna say maybe it's this one, add it, and that looks like one of the, it looks like what I'm looking for. So let's double check. So yeah, so this is a simple product, 60. It's the Woo logo hoodie. So that's what I want. So I ordered it for $35. I can go ahead and save this product. I can add more products if there were any in the order, or I can go ahead and save. Calculate total, calculate taxes. There's no taxes on this product. Calculate total, and the order total is set. I can add a fee if I wanted to zero that out, or I can add, if I had to use a coupon, or if it was a giveaway or anything like that, by doing this. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this was a giveaway. I'm gonna add a fee and edit it. Fee will just be $35. Save. Calculate total. So that calculates in the product, the fee, and then everything is zeroed out. So this is just a free giveaway product. Go ahead and save the order. And the order should be now visible in the list. So this this order does not look visibly different from any of the other orders, that were entered from the front end of the site. The only thing visibly different is I didn't enter in a payment gateway, so there's no payment method listed here. I guess there would have to be some sort of custom code or some sort of other method to differentiate those orders that were entered in via the admin, as opposed to the orders that were added via the front end of the site from customers purchasing. Again, if anybody knows of a plugin that they want to promote for doing that, let me know in the description and I'll go ahead and add that. But for right now, there's not really anything other than no processing, no payment method displaying is the only way to show that an order was entered manually versus entered on the front end of the site. So, and there's not really a way to filter that or to change any of that up. So, all right. So that is the answer for Sean. And we will move on to the next question. Let me double check to see if we have any questions coming in. Looks good. Okay. All right, next and last question for today is Sean McCabe asks, is there a way to hide $0 or free orders from the orders page? So his use case was this. He has a lot of people signing up for his free Learn Lettering course, and you can find that over at learnlettering.com. Free plug for Sean. He's doing great work over there. Let me make sure I got the URL right. Learnlettering.com forwards over to Learn Lettering. So if you go to learnlettering.com and you want access to his Learn Lettering course, you can enter it there. There is a free starter course that is 3 courses and 14 videos, and then there's the master class, the intermediate, which is more videos, more courses, more videos, and then the master class, which is the whole kit and caboodle, everything. So he has people who are placing orders via WooCommerce to get access to the starter class, which is free, but it's filling up his edit order page with a bunch of orders that are pretty much zero. And so if you're doing any reporting or doing any totaling or anything like that, they'll throw off your numbers. And he might actually need to do some fulfillment or do some actions to the people who are paying money for the higher level courses. So anyway, so he asked me, is there a way to do that? And with default WooCommerce, there isn't. So I spent some time at it, and I built a small plugin that's available over at github.com/shop-plugins/WooCommerce hide 0 orders. And I'm going to walk through sort of what it does and how it accomplishes hiding the orders that are $0. So let's go ahead and switch back over to our screen share. Reference, buttons available here. I'll add the URL to the show notes so that you can get to it. If I go back to my test site, I look at the plugins. I have hide 0 orders installed and active on the site. And if I go to the list of orders, you'll see that I currently have 6 orders, 2 processing, 4 complete, and one of those complete is the one that we entered manually for a total of $0. So say I have a couple hundred of these $0, sort of orders that I want pulled out of here. The best way for filtering this view, this is a view of a custom post type. The best way of filtering this is to use a meta key query and add an interface here for the user, for the admin to turn that on. So what I did is I added this one right here, actually show all orders and show non-0 orders to the filter. So right now it's showing all orders, and if I select this and press filter, then my filter kicks in, and I'm only showing, well, I should only be showing non-0 orders, but show it on a different demo site. Okay, so this has to turned on as well. I have 7 orders here and 1 0 total order. And I want to show non-0 orders. Filter. And that filter will take it down to 6 items. The 0 order that was entered is not showing anymore. All right, so how did we do this? So here's the plugin code. It's pretty simple. So the first part is right here. So it's to add an action to restrict managed posts. And call this function restrict order. So the first thing this does is it checks is the current type of post that we're looking at of type shop order. And if it's not, then just bail. If it is, then we're going to go ahead and add our select filter, our restrict filter here. And it's going to have the name of SP order view. And we're going to set SP order view to have 2 options of all or non-0. And that's pretty much what you have here. So it adds this select to this area up here. And so when that gets submitted, our next filter that's filtering the request checks to see is that SP order view available, and is our current type of shop order. If not, then it leaves. And then is that SP order view set to non-0? Because those are the ones that we want to filter. If it's not non-0, then we just want to show all orders. And then if it is, then it sets up this meta query right here saying, check the order total, which is a post meta, and make sure that the value is greater than 0. And if it is, then then show it, and if not, then exclude it from the query. And that's it. So two really quick filters there. And then we have a filter that'll pull out any non-zero orders, or pull out any zero orders and show only the non-zero ones. So super quick, super easy. Like I said, I'll put the link to the GitHub repo in the show notes. If you have any questions or refinements or anything like that, just add it to GitHub, and yeah, I appreciate it. So that is it for that question. Go back to our list. I think that was the last one for the day. I'll check a couple of other places to see if we have any questions. And I think we're good. All right. So I think that's our last question for the day. And so I thank you for all of you folks who submitted questions. Again, WooCommerce Office Hours is live at 2 p.m. Eastern every Tuesday afternoon to answer your WooCommerce questions. If you have any questions, you can tweet them with hashtag WCOCH or submit them via the growdevelopment.com/contact page. I will come up with an answer, or I will forget that I put it in the list and then live on the show say, whoops, I forgot to find an answer for this one. Sorry, Stein, I will answer your question next week. Yeah, that's great. And then I'll write the show notes, and those will be available here pretty soon. So that's it for episode 23. Thanks for joining. See you guys next week.